What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video here. So recently, Mehdi Hasan had an appearance on Piers where they debated all things Trump, specifically relating to a lot of the free speech issues that basically Trump has come under fire for. Mark Zuckerberg's turn of events, where he's basically full-blown MAGA now, which is pretty wild. So we're going to get into all that. Before we go any further, please make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm. And Amazon links of products I use are in the description. It helps the channel out immensely if you do that. So let's just get right into it, guys. First of all, I thought Mehdi destroyed him. Piers was on his back feet for a number of reasons. Most interestingly, Piers has basically been cucking himself, if you ask me, where he's, again, in the beginning, he kind of framed himself as a centrist, but more and more, he's become more and more afraid to criticize Trump and Elon Musk in that matter. Really not that critical. My thinking, guys, I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. I think Piers he really wants an interview with Trump and Elon Musk, so he's cucking himself and not being as critical of them so he can get said interview. That's not your job as a journalist, as far as I'm concerned. And he would definitely take issue with that, but I think it's hard to argue when you see how she spoke about Trump a year ago as opposed to now. He's like afraid to criticize him, and we saw that in this interview. And I'm going to show you a few clips of that specifically. So first off, Trump basically says in his speech, talking about Mark Zuckerberg, that he thinks the reason why Zuckerberg basically turned and went full-blown MAGA is because he threatened him. Basically, full-blown mafia boss. And hey, to Trump's credit, he admitted it up front, saying, yeah, I think that definitely had a role, that I threatened him. And yeah, that could be a reason why he changed his positions, because he might have been afraid of legal action. He said this openly, guys. How freaking insane is that? And Piers doesn't seem a problem with that. In fact, he says his justification is so ridiculous, saying, hey, they view this as payback for the quote-unquote authoritarian left going after Hunter Biden and censorship, which makes no sense. So Piers' basically justification for potential authoritarianism for Trump is, oh, the left did it, so Trump can be authoritarian. In what kind of world do we live in where that's a justification for authoritarianism? That is absolutely insane. And again, it's another example of Piers just cooking himself. And hey, Mehdi destroys him on this point, basically saying that a lot of these tech moguls, they were never liberals, guys. They weren't liberal. They just went where the wind was blowing. And in 2020, it was with Biden. And now in 2024, we're seeing Tim Cook, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, all giving bunch and loads of money to Trump because it'll benefit their business, guys. Elon Musk is almost a trillionaire now because of the amount of money that's going in post-election to Tesla. It is a disgrace that we're seeing this. And Mehdi Hasan destroys him on this point, basically calling out Piers for saying, for all of these BS Trump talking points. And here's a clip, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. Here's the first clip.
2020 election. Censoring the New York Post over the Hunter Biden laptop. So, well, they're legitimate concerns. You may laugh, but I think the tinderbox for all this was set. The tinderbox for this was set when big tech, which was liberal dominated, decided to censor a legitimate true story about Hunter Biden's laptop in the run up to that election, which could have affected the election. When you do that kind of thing, then eventually it's going to come back and bite you, isn't it?
No, and by the way, Zuckerberg's comments are a reminder that it was never liberal dominated. People like me on the left never accepted that bullshit premise. The liberal media, the liberal Silicon Valley. Yeah, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and Peter Thiel are not liberals. And I just think, the whole woke stuff, you and I have debated that many times before. On the Hunter Biden stuff, that was very exaggerated. But it's funny you should mention the Hunter Biden New York Post suppression story, because that's what Musk is doing now, Piers. Surely, I know you like Elon Musk, but surely you've seen that he has been very repressive in his running of Twitter. Anyone he doesn't like, who goes against him, he nukes their accounts. He nuked a report the other day about whether or not he's Adrian Dittman or not. He has restricted access to pieces. He suspended journalists.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. I mean, to argue that the Hunter Biden story, by the way, the idea that changed the election in any sense of the word is absolutely ridiculous. There is no way that election was being swayed over the Hunter Biden laptop story. And even the idea that it was censored. Yeah, Twitter censored, quote unquote, the Hunter Biden story for a couple of days and they banned the New York Post account. That was wrong, obviously. The idea that was some sort of major impact on the election is completely ridiculous. I don't even think people buy that. And the hypocrisy on the other side. This is the difference, guys. That is still a story 4 years later, the Hunter Biden laptop story. And by the way, it became a bigger story almost because it was censored. So people knew after 2 days that it was censored. It was still on all the mainstream media outlets that they were talking about it, specifically on Fox News. So the idea that that changed the election in any way is completely insane. Number two, Elon Musk, guys, censored a story before the election from Ken Klippenstein, the reporter, basically the dossier on J.D. Vance that reportedly, quote unquote, came from Iran. So it was censored by Elon Musk and X platform. They censored the story. They repress speech all the time, Elon Musk. Whenever you criticize Elon Musk, you get censored on social media. So the idea that, oh, the Republicans and Elon Musk is for free speech, it's ridiculous and doesn't line up with any facts at all. And guys, the fact is, even many on the right, as long as you just disagree with him and call him out and you have some sort of a bigger profile, he will ban you and call you out. It is absolutely insane. And guys, I just think Piers gets absolutely destroyed here. The idea that Silicon Valley was liberal. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe it's liberal dominated in a sense. The idea that Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk were liberals and they just had a change of heart, you got to be really dumb to think that. You got to be really dumb. The obvious reason, again, is the financial incentives. Clearly, Elon Musk and definitely Zuckerberg, as we talked about before, has the financial incentive to support Trump now. That's why they're all going to his inauguration. It's ridiculous. It is so insane to claim that, oh, because they had a change of heart because of the Twitter files or because of the Hunter Biden laptop story. There's censorship happening all the time still by Elon Musk. It just doesn't get talked about and amplified by Piers. Has Piers Morgan ever brought up the Ken Klippenstein censored story on the J.D. Vance dossier? No. In fact, Elon Musk temporarily suspended him on social media before the election until he got so much pushback where he was forced to reinstate him. But again, it just shows the hypocrisy. Again, he's afraid to criticize Trump. And guys, it is true. The media was never threatened by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to lock them up like Donald Trump has. It's absolutely insane. And here's the other clip talking about the ABC case where, again, Piers claimed this was some huge win for ABC. Here's a clip. We'll talk about it after. Here it is, guys.
So then you can come back. You would give... No, I didn't finish my point. My point is Joe Biden is not suing CBS News. Joe Biden is suing CBS News. Do you support that?
Who was the... In recent times...
Sorry, Donald Trump.
Hang on.
Donald Trump is suing CBS News.
I'm answering your question. If you let me, I'll answer your question. Which president of modern times was the biggest and most draconian threat in terms of his actions to journalists in America? Do you know? Barack Obama.
You're going to say Barack Obama?
Yes, because I'm right.
I think Barack Obama was bad on those issues.
He was the worst, by
I think Donald Trump was worse, but I think Barack Obama was right.
You know why Trump's suing
Donald
people?
Trump right now...
Trump's suing people because... Actually, people like George Stephanopoulos lied about him. They exaggerated what he'd been found guilty of. And guess what? When you lie...
You and I both know ABC... You and I both know ABC would have won in court.
ABC didn't go to court. They gave him $15 million. Now, you might say...
Why do you think that is, Piers?
Because
of
they
the
knew they
legal
were going to
arguments?
lose.
Or because they're sucking up to an authoritarian?
Or because they knew they were going to lose.
Bullshit. No.
Again, is Piers right that, possibly the Obama administration went after journalists too much in a sense? Absolutely. I'm sure that is 100% true. But again, to claim, and notice how Piers' line of argument is all deflection. It's never discussing the actual substance of what Trump is doing. It's every single thing he says is deflection, deflection, deflection. And I'm sorry, I don't understand how people watch this and don't notice that. Maybe they do, but I don't see that. I don't see how people don't understand that. It's ridiculous. And it is true. Piers bringing up the ABC George Stephanopoulos ruling, the $15 million. Does Piers bring up the Dominion ruling where they had to pay over, I think it was like $800 million for lying about the election? I'm not sure he's ever brought it up. Please let me know if he did. I don't think he did. I've never seen Piers bring up the $800 million ruling on defamation against Dominion. ABC paid $15 million. In terms of a major lawsuit like this, that's not much at all. And it is true, according to most legal experts I've seen, they would have won in court. They just didn't want to have to go through all of it. And honestly, they might have been scared of action against Trump, retaliatory measures against Trump. Maybe another example of what Mark Zuckerberg just rolling over for Trump. So the idea that this is some sort of major ruling, it's just ridiculous. And again, Piers he's going out of his way to defend Trump, and Mehdi just keeps hammering him on this point. And I think maybe the craziest clip of all, and maybe the most embarrassing clip for Piers of this entire thing, is where basically Mehdi starts grilling him on Trump's attacks on the media, where he's suing this news organization that don't like him. And again, people could say, oh, you know what, they're lying about him. Okay, I don't agree with that, but people will make that argument. This right here should be the end of the discussion where it's absolutely insane. where anyone could defend this. So, guys, I know we talked about it at the time. The Ann Selter poll that showed Kamala Harris winning Iowa. I mean, oh my God. Talk about a poll that was off. Holy, whoa. Okay, way off, and he got it wrong. Donald Trump is suing her because the poll was so wrong. Suing her. So Donald Trump is suing pollsters now because they don't give information that he likes. That is insane. And look how Piers reacts, guys, when obviously it's an insane thing to do. Look at the line of questioning Mehdi asks Piers and how Piers responds to this entire farce of suing people that he doesn't like. And look how Piers responds to this. Absolutely insane. Here it is, guys.
Do you support Donald Trump suing a pollster because he doesn't like a poll result?
I think Donald
Trump.
This
is insane, Piers. I thought you were a free speech champion,
who he likes.
but now you're rolling over for Trump as well.
Donald Trump can sue who he likes.
Do you support it? Is my question. Do you support a president of the United States suing media organizations he doesn't like?
Do you believe
that? Do you?
Do you believe he has a right to?
So you're rolling over like Mark Zuckerberg as well. Wow,
do you believe he has a right to sue people?
For Donald Trump.
Does he have a right to sue people?
Of course he has a right to. But is he right to?
Okay, then we're agreed.
Is he right to?
Then we're agreed.
Dodging.
Then we're agreed.
No, it doesn't. No, we're not agreed. Do you support his lawsuit? Yes or no?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it's unreal, guys. Piers is afraid to criticize Trump. The fact that you can't even say that suing people you don't like or suing pollsters because they get a poll wrong and trying to basically arrest them in many cases, which he said, the fact that you think that's okay and you can't even criticize it. Meanwhile, you criticize the Democrats all the time and you pretend that you're impartial. It's a joke, guys, and it's not a good sign in America when you have journalists who can't even criticize the incoming president-elect for obviously insane things like suing pollsters. It's pretty wild to me, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought Mehdi Hasan absolutely destroyed Piers Morgan in this debate. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm. And Amazon links in the description. Any purchases, I get a bit of a commission for, so it helps the channel out immensely. So that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks.